One of the greatest scientists of our time, Albert Einstein, said this: there are only two ways to live your life. One is as if nothing is a miracle, and the other is as if everything is a miracle. Hi, I'm Jacqueline Gertz, and my goal is to teach you how to live as if everything is a miracle. So I want to lay a little bit of foundation. Science has proven that everything is just energy. It's just energy. Even your words, even your thoughts, it's just energy. And energy is creative, and energy can be directed. So the key then is to learn how to direct your creative energy and create the life you love. That's where you live in the area of miracles, right? So when you tune in to that energy and that frequency that allows you to tap into the divine and allows you to be a master manifester and create what it is you desire, directing your energy, I call that tuning into your divine frequency. So everything is just energy, and even the divine, that source energy, God, all that is, source energy, universe, whatever it is you call it, that energy is also a frequency. And it's always there, and it's always available for everyone. Anyone can tap into it. The thing that keeps us from tapping into it is noise. You know, it's like when you tune into a radio channel, if you haven't got the channel correctly, if you haven't tuned into the right frequency, you get all the static, the noise, and then you can't hear the station clearly. And it's the same with us. The noise that we create are limiting beliefs, fear, doubts. And when you can release that and eliminate those, you can tune in to that frequency so you get clear, divine messages, right? So that's my goal, is to help you tune into that. I call it tuning into your divine frequency. So there's a couple of ways to do that. And the very first is super, super easy. It's just a matter of getting present, because your point of power is always in the now. You cannot change yesterday. However, you can change tomorrow by what you're thinking, doing, and saying right here, right now. You are literally creating your tomorrows with what you're doing now. So getting present requires simply taking 3 deep breaths. Close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, and sink into your physical body and really feel your body. That's all it takes. You can do that easily. Once you've done that, now you can tune in and start asking questions and begin to recognize how you get answers. So, meditation is a great way to calm your mind so you can receive some answers. A meditation doesn't have to be anything, it doesn't have to take hours. It can be minutes. You can take 5 minutes, close your eyes, take those 3 breaths, get present, and ask your question, guidance that you would like to have, and then just listen. Go within and listen. Right? It's that simple. And it may take some practice. You might not get it immediately, but eventually you will start to receive guidance. You will start to receive information. So people receive information in different ways, and I want you to start thinking about how you've gotten information in the past. Typically, there are the clairs. So you've got clairvoyant. That means you see something. It could be externally, it could be in your mind's eye. Clairaudient means you hear something. It could be externally or it could be within. Clairsentient is when you feel sensations in your body. And claircognizant is when you simply know something that you have no logical reason for knowing. You just know it. Right? So those are the clairs. Now I want you to think about, where have you gotten guidance in the past, or where have you known something in the past where you had no logical explanation for it? We've all done this. Everybody can tune into the divine frequency. That's your intuition, your higher self, all that is. Everyone has the ability to tune into it, and it takes practice to develop that and nurture that. So, if you, for example, have, let me share with you some of the things that I've experienced. When I'm asking for guidance about something, and I'm asking a question if something is true, I get flooded in goosebumps. That's truth. For me, that is a clear sign. It's truth. If I'm in danger of any kind, I get like butterfly fluttery in my gut. in my stomach. And a lot of people get that. It feels kind of like stage fright. And when I get that feeling, I know that, be aware, there's something happening. It may be dangerous or there's something that's not right. That's my cue to be aware and take note of what's happening around me, right? So those are two ways that I am clairsentient. Those are sensations in the body. There are other ways that people get messages, and these are really fun ones. Some people get their messages through songs, right? So you might be thinking about something, you might be wondering about something, and all of a sudden you'll hear a song on the radio, or a song will pop into your head, right? Like you might wake up and you might wake up in the morning and have a certain song playing in your head, and you go, wow, where did that come from? And then I want you to connect that and think about what are the words, what are the lyrics to the song, or what does that song remind you of? Does it connect you to a person? Does it connect you to maybe someone who's passed? Because that is very often the way that someone who's already crossed over and transitioned will give you a message through a song. And you might wake up with the song playing and you go, oh yeah, that reminds me of my mom, or my best friend, or whatever. So songs are really a powerful tool to get messages. Another way is billboards. Very often you will see something on a billboard that is the exact answer of the question you were asking, right? So that's clairvoyant. You're seeing it in the outer world. The song is clairaudient. You're hearing it. And also clairaudience can also be when you happen to overhear a conversation. It may not be your conversation, but you may happen to overhear somebody talking, and you may catch a phrase or a sentence that is exactly what you needed to hear. That is exactly the answer that was meant for you. That's clairaudient, right? So you see that there's different ways that you've gotten messages in the past, and you may not be aware of it until you take the time and go through some of your past experiences. And when you do, you'll recognize how you receive guidance. And once you recognize it, you can test it, you can play with it, you can ask your angels, you can ask divine source energy to give you answers to questions you're asking. You can test it, you can play with it. It's fine to do that. And then when you get those answers, you know you can trust it, and you know you can trust it for the future. All right, so that's really, really important that you practice it enough so you can actually trust it for the future, right? There's also other tools that you can use to get answers and to really tune into that divine frequency. I've used books before. I've asked a question and picked up a book from a bookshelf and then just flipped through the pages and stopped, randomly stopped. Randomly, I say randomly, it's not ever random, right? We are divinely guided. And you read that sentence, and it's the exact answer of something it's an answer that you were looking for. Right? So you can use all kinds of tools. The key is to be tuned in and be aware. The universe is always speaking to you in some way, in some shape or form, and it's up to you to be aware of that, acknowledge it, and the more you acknowledge it, the more you're aware of it, the more messages you receive. Also, very often you'll get an answer through an animal or some sort of experience. It could be an insect, it could be a bee or a dragonfly or a butterfly, it could be a bird, it could be a snake, it could be anything that comes to you either in a dream or in real life, right? I mean, I had a bee hit me in the head the other day, just flew down, smacked me in the forehead and kept going. One other time I had a little dragonfly, a tiny little dragonfly, land on my lip when I was at a restaurant. Those are spirit messengers. Those are animal totems, spirit totems. You can Google them and look up what they mean. They all have different meanings. So there's so many tools to tap into your own divine frequency. And I really encourage you to take the time to notice how you've received messages in the past so you can trust them for the future.